Hey everyone, welcome back to Get Ready with me, Louise. I'm so excited because today I bring you my top 9 of the Mothership palettes by McGRATH. So all the big daddies I want to rank. There's 9 of them, and we're going to go through all 9 of them. And I'm sort of going to tell you a little bit on why I put it where I put it. But know that there's not one of these I'd get rid of, okay? And there's not one of them that is because like bad quality or anything like that. This is all personal, to me. Like either it just didn't resonate with me or the color store, you know what I mean? Like that sort of stuff. The textures, whatever it may be. So if you have any of these, they're wonderful, okay? So don't get me wrong there. They are all wonderful. It's just, obviously, if something were to happen and I had to replace all these, I couldn't. Okay, we're talking $1,000. Okay, it would cost me easy, I think, to replace them all, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. So we have. Let me get my calculator because math is not my forte by no means. So they are $125 a piece. Times 9 of them at this point. Oh, $1,125. Holy crap. And that's not me paying for like the 6 pans or the 4 pans. And maybe some of them I got on a sale, but I don't think that I really did because I pretty much bought them at launch. Wow. That's a lot of money when you think about it. And then you think about how many times I actually get into these. Alright, we're in for a rude awakening here. So, let's start off. Are we ready? So, the least favorite of mine, because I'm not going to say they're bad, would technically be the Mothership Decadence, which would be number 4. And this is what it looks like. And here's the thing. This is because I do have them all. That's why this is number 9, okay? But say I had... let's see. Here we go. Here it is. So, the reason is these are all metallics. Or satin. However you want to call it. But... if I had... say a neutral palette of any sort, a cheap one even, because I mean there's good palettes out there that are fairly reasonably priced that are neutral, but you wanted that pop or you wanted that really good metallic, this is what I would buy. Okay, this is the one. Also, this does not have the special shades, which for a beginner could be a pain in the butt. I'm not gonna lie, but this isn't going to be a pain in the butt. If you have a base to lay this down on, you're going to be good to go. Spray your brush, you're good to go. So, that is the reason this particular palette is at where it's at. Because I own so many of them. But if I didn't, this may be, one of the higher up ones, technically. Because it gives you all the pop you need, you know what I mean? Next would be the Subversa Pellet, number 3. And don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful palette. I mean, look at that. We got so many pretty colors here. But when I look at this, there's only 2 mattes and one of them is black. And although I like the special shades and the metallic shades, they're just not the colors that I usually gravitate to. You know what I mean? But it could be yours. It definitely could be your color story. At number 7, that would have been 8, so this is 7. Oh, I can't open this one. Well, sort of. This is the one that some of the shades are fallen out of, so we're going to be very careful as I dip this up. Number 7 would be Sublime, the number 2 palette, Mothership 2. Now this is technically a really pretty palette, and I did have issues with this one and ranking it with the, you know, putting the next one before this one. But I feel like the next one is kind of just a little bit more my color story. But this one, I like it, I do. It's got 2 mattes, pretty much 2 mattes, and the metallics, and of course special shades. And again, it's just, you know, it's great. I love it. I don't regret it. I don't regret any of them. But it's just not my color story, that's all. But if you have it, you know, you may love it. And if that was the only one I had, I'm sure I would be happy with it. Now this one may surprise a lot of people, actually. This one here. This one would be my 6th palette. This one's going to surprise you. It is going to be the Bronze Seduction Mothership 5. This here is everybody's favorite. And I can understand why, to be honest. If you're looking for if you're my skin tone, and you're looking for like a neutral palette, but you still want that pop of color. You still want those sort of things, those pops. I mean, for heaven's sakes, it's got a fiery red, orange in here. Come on now. I can understand. I do. I completely understand. And if you're into very warm tones, again, I understand. This is definitely the palette for you. Do you realize that I still have the plastic on this mirror? That's awful. See, this shows you. It's like, why in the Lord's name would I buy so many if I don't even use them? And that's that. All right. Get into the next ones. But I do understand why people do love that palette. It's just, you know, it's not mine. Okay, now we're going into the top 5. So this one, okay, would be number 5, which is the Divine Rose 2. And it looks like this. Now, I do love this palette. I really do. From this point on, depending on my mood, these really could interchange at any point in time. So let me say that. But this is number 5. And I really just don't have a reason other than I like the next ones just a little bit more. Because one pushes me a little more out of my comfort zone. And then that I could have switched with this, really. This one and the next one, I believe I could have switched. Yeah, depending on my mood. Alright, so that was 5. Number 4 would be Utopian Dream. This one did surprise me, to be honest with you. This one here, number 9, is the number, yeah, this is the 9th palette in the series. When I was just playing with this, I really did like the look I came up with. But I feel like the other palettes just, the next 3 just kind of fit me a little better. You know what I mean? In the sense of every day. Okay? Let me say that. The next one is Subliminal, which would be the very first palette, Mothership palette. And I have a reason for this. Look at this. Look at this palette. Okay? Now for me, if you just took out that pop of blue, which I like the blue. Okay? And I think that if I created a different look, I know what I would do differently. But this side, the cool tone side, like I am so into cool tones right now. I mean, the look I'm wearing today, I love the palette I used. Oh, hint, hint, it's a 6th pan by McGRATH. But I love this look. And hint, hint, it's kind of adjacent to this one. So, just to let you know. But this is just, I mean, I can make this an everyday palette. Just a regular look, quick and easy even. Or I can amp this up. And when I mean amp up, I mean amp up. This thing can really give you some, it can definitely, look at that. Look at that color. Look at that. It's changing. Like, I love it. I just love it. But it is what it is. That's my number 3. My number 2. Can we guess what my number 1 and number 2 is? I bet you could if you watch the videos, actually. I know you could. Is the number 7 palette, Divine Rose. And it looks like this. And it looks so plain Jane. It does. And if you combined it with the Divine Rose too, oh, could you pop out some pretty colors here. But just on an everyday, if that was my cool tone neutral look, this is more warm to just neutral. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just everyday neutral. But yet again, day to night, easy to work with. I mean, just perfect, really. And this could have been my number 1. It could have been. But it can't, because my number 1, and I know you know now, would be the number 6, Midnight Sun. It does not get enough love. I tell you, I think I've seen one other creator love this palette as much as me. What is her name? Kinky Sweat. Alicia. Yeah, that channel. I was like, there's another. And I didn't really recognize, I honestly, I gotta give her credit. Because I did not see the color story in this until she was doing looks. And though she is darker skinned than I am, the looks she pumped out were phenomenal. And they looked a wonder. They look much better on her than me. Let's get real. But I did try to do them, and she makes looks easy. She does. She can make them more complicated, but she also is like step by step and like just put this color all over and be done. You know what I mean? And that's what this one can do. But this one's just got so many different. I mean, you can go kind of green. You can go kind of purple. You can go kind of bronzy, gold, like cool toned. Warm, like there's cool and warm in this. Like you can just do a little bit of everything in this, and it just gives me everything I need, to be honest. And again, I could have put the Divine Rose 1 as number 1 because I do on an everyday kind of go there. But if I looked at it as if something happened to these palettes, which one am I going to purchase first? And I know that I said it would be the Decadence because I have so many other palettes, so therefore it would be number 1. But because I know my love for this palette and Divine Rose 1, it's like those are the 2 that I'm going to purchase first. I'm going to go with Midnight Sun. Like I did it in the fact, and again, that could be because I've already experienced them all. So had I not experienced any, and I didn't have none of them, then Decadence probably would have been, well, it would be the one I purchased because it's just got all the shades, you know. But since I've already had them, if like I lost them all for whatever the reason, I'm going to buy Midnight Sun first. I'm going to buy Divine Rose 2 or Divine Rose 1 second. I'm going to buy, Subliminal third. Like that's kind of the way I ranked them. And I definitely can see where other palettes for other people would be different. But at the same time, like, they're all amazing palettes. You can't go wrong. You can't. With whichever one you did choose, you couldn't go wrong with them. And they're just amazing. And each one does serve a purpose. They really do. And I'm going through the 6 pans now, and I checked the website. I'm really sad, but yet happy and excited. But the 6 pans you can't buy anymore. Now, I'm not saying you can't get it off of eBay or something, or another seller, or somebody that's selling their own personal collection, but you can't buy it brand new. And it's kind of sad, other than 3 of them, and 2 of them being the Bridgerton. And then the third is the Rose Decadence, I think is what it's called, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that's the one. It's still available, but it's only available on the Pat McGrath site. So, I mean, it's sad when it comes to that, because, like, they're all so, like, they're just so pretty. And I'm so glad that I'm going through them so that I can actually, you know, Rose Decadence. This is the one you can still purchase, other than the Bridgerton ones. So, I mean, they're just so pretty, and in the artwork on them is to die for. I mean, they're beautiful. But that is what I would rank the Big Daddies, though. That's how I would rank them. What's your favorite? Let me know down in the comments. I'm curious. And did you think I would rank them that way based on the way I talked about them, even through doing a look with each of them? I'm just curious. So I'm really happy I did this, though. Like, I know it's not popular to shop your stash or anything, but honestly, I needed to, because my collection is way overboard, and even as a makeup lover, I don't need all this. And I think I have sort of come to the conclusion that I have my favorites, and maybe just stick to that, you know? You don't always have to buy the new. And chances are, even the new you probably have. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm going to go through all these palettes, and I'm going to write down the names of all these shades, and then go through all the 6-pan, and go through all the 4-pan. Because I'm curious if, even through Pat McGrath, if she has duplicated. We know with Natasha Denona she's duplicated colors from other palettes. Whether they were limited edition or not, she has duplicated it. And a lot of it, though, I will say, is because the colors are coming out of either limited edition or her Big Daddies. Those are beautiful. The blue-green and what is it? It's brown-green, isn't it? And blue-purple. Something like that. But those are pretty palettes. I have them. And I think I'm going to do a ranking on that, too. So keep that in mind. And the reason why I didn't rank the other motherships, the Christmas editions, one, you can't get them. But that's not a big deal. But two, because I'm going to have to rank them 1 and 2. Because there's so many shades, and you get a mix of the formulas, except for the special shades. And I feel like that is, you know, your best value, you know, for your money. So that's why I didn't actually rank them in here, because they would have had to been 1 and 2, just, you know. But that's all I got for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this. Let me know again down in the comments what's your favorite. And I hope this helped if you were thinking about maybe purchasing a mothership, or maybe purchasing a second one or a third one or whatever. I hope it helped in some way, with an opinion of just coming from a beginner. You know, just a makeup lover, no, not an expert by no means at all. So, anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I do upload. And I'll see you in I can't talk. I'll see you in my next one. Stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.